G'day guys, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters in Gyeonggi. I am Maynard, and joining me is my good friend, Artosis. How you doing, man? What a mug.
Well, I'm doing well in some ways and poorly in some ways. For instance, obviously this is IEM, the beginning of the 2017 season of StarCraft.
No doubt the well part.
That's the well part.
Yep.
The poor part is that the GSL champion, the IEM champion, my personal champion, Zest, he's out in last place in his group. Shocking.
A beacon. He's kind of like the the hood ornament of the Protoss truck.
Something like that.
Yeah.
At least he is the bullhorns on the front of the rich Texas Oilers, boat car.
Well,
So
couldn't have said it better myself.
that's what
really
he is.
nailed it
He's the
there.
tip of the spear when we fight against the Zerg and the Protoss, but unfortunately does fall.
And his
can I
killer
say?
is surprisingly in the decider match. A lot of people would be surprised to see Trust here coming against Leenock, who's a name that's Roddy and I talked about him a little bit in our cast when he was playing it versus Sue, but an old name. He's been playing since the beginning of StarCraft 2, being FXO Open. He made it to to Afrika in the end as well. KT to Afrika, I think.
I believe.
And yeah,
But yeah, Leenock and Lucira both being in this tournament is really cool, and they're both actually playing very well in this tournament also, because they're like, does anyone have the same staying power as them? Because some guys fell off and came back alive. These guys have kind of always been qualifying for things.
Yeah.
Always. Since season 1 of GSL.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The guys that have been around since the start haven't been able to keep on top. Even beyond. The world champion had a couple years where he just disappeared.
Yeah.
So, but Leenock's always been around.
Yeah, he's always been I can beat everyone, I just don't all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, but he certainly has that ability. He played a very, very close series against Sue, and it's kind of tough to say how he's going to go against Trust as well, because Trust is actually an enigma for me. He's an unpredictable Protoss player.
Yeah, Trust, I always think of him as mini Zest. I got to start updating that, though, as he just took out Zest, so you can't really call him that so much anymore. But I don't know exactly what he'll bring out. I mean, right now in Korea, there's a very different meta than in the foreign scene. In the foreign scene, everyone's going carriers. In Korea, if you go carriers, you die. That's what we've seen so far. Not in this tournament, but others as well. We see a lot more of the 2 Archon drop, into strong pushes with Immortals. Lots of Archons. That's the type of play we see in Korea right now.
Which is what Zest does every game.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why everyone in Korea does that, because Zest does it. Like you said, he's the tip of the spear.
He is. He is the one that you look to. So I definitely copy him, and a lot of people do as well.
That's right. And there's Leenock here with the Twitch purple hair.
I know, his hair looks good. I like it.
Yeah, I like it
good
a lot.
style.
It's actually a little bit yellow at the back as well, right at the back, near the neck there. So. But yeah, I mean, he's obviously extremely focused on this game.
Oh, clearly.
His builds are probably on that phone, I'd say.
He's probably about to tweet something like, LOL, this guy is going to try Archon drop, and I'm not going to die to it.
Yeah, LOL, tune into this 2-0 against Twitch TV/ESL_SC2. But Leenock here is, I would say, probably the favorite coming in here. Just speaking about ZvP in general, it's been pretty good for Zergs lately. Their win rate's been quite good on ladder and also in tournaments as well versus Protoss. Trust here, the Protoss coming through. The Slayer of Zest coming in to play a pretty tough matchup against a pretty tough opponent.
The Zest Slayer. It's kind of like a Game of Thrones type of name for him right there.
And people spit on him as he walks down the street.
Yeah.
The Zest Slayer.
It's no, but you don't know. Zest was truly evil. I had to take him out. But no, I mean, he's playing well. So I liked some of his mind games, and he definitely knew exactly what to do, especially in that final game. The 2 games he won against Zest, watching those, I'm like, well, you just outplayed him. There's no question there.
Yeah, they were legit wins. There was a little bit of insanity, a couple crazy proxy structures and that sort of thing, but it was legit wins. You can't take that away from him. Trust played a lot better than Zest in that series.
Certainly he did, and rightfully so. Look at me. I'm like...
I just realized. You got the scissors ties happening.
What am I doing here?
Actually, letting you guys know a little bit of backstage information. I actually tied Artosis' tie this morning.
Literally at every event.
I did a really good job of it. In fact, I did it at DreamHack Tour, which is the correct pronunciation of that town. And I also
Todd told me his tours, and he's from there, so...
Well, I mean, there you go. He actually is.
That's his hometown.
And in Montreal, I tied your tie, and I tied your tie here, and you've just completely butchered it. I'm a little heartbroken, But
No, I screwed that up. That's on me. But
yeah, I know.
he actually
I
does
know
tie
you- I
my
know you
tie
do.
at every single event. I don't know how to tie a tie. I used to use zip ties, but I've like leveled up. I'm like an adult now. I have like real ties.
you have those elastic ones that were just like on a band sort of thing, like the,
They were
clip-on-
actually like
clip-on ties?
literal zippers on them that you would just zip onto your neck.
You are a man child.
I
still
am a
love you
man
there. I
child.
still love you there.
All I do is play StarCraft and watch StarCraft and talk about StarCraft.
Get up at midday and play video games,
Yeah.
guys. In the bottom left here, this is Leenock. Currently teamless, but if there is any justice in this world, it will not be for long. And in the top right here, the Zest Slayer himself. This is Trust.
Okie dokie. So, do you have a prediction here?
I'm feeling Leenock 2-0. I think that the ZvPs that I've seen Leenock play recently were extremely strong.
Yeah.
The like the Hydra was very, very, very strong in this matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it got back. It lost a range point. It did lose one range point, and its upgrade got combined again. But the Hydra is still an incredibly strong unit in this matchup, and
It is.
I got to be honest. Like as far as Trust goes, there's not heaps of data on for me personally on Trust. Leenock, however, I've seen him play recently. I saw him play in the qualifiers, of course. Watched Todd and the Colaris cast those on the mainstream. The base trade guys, of course, love them as well. Did a couple of his games, but yeah, I'm just
Well, he went right through the qualifiers like a wrecking ball, you know?
a wrecking ball, yeah. I'm so glad we're casting together. Right
No,
now.
this is
It's
fantastic.
been too long. It's been way too long.
It really has. But I'm with you actually on that. I think that Leenock is going to be able to take this down. I wouldn't be super surprised if Trust were to take a game, but I am more likely leaning towards Leenock taking it 2-0 because he did look so good earlier. Like, we were actually catching, Tasis and I were, when we had that downtime, on the B stream, some of Zest versus Leenock. I don't know if you saw that, but it was like,
Yeah, I did. Game
what
one
a
was
series.
insane.
Oh my god, it was
that's
crazy.
That's going to be an SE2 highlights when those Stalkers killed the Brood Lords.
Yeah, that was so awesome. And like the changeling wall to block the
So
immortals from
many-
getting up there, that was so awesome.
So many sick moments in that series.
All
So
I want to do is...
the legitimacy of Leenock's ZvP cannot be contested here. But anyway, I mean, he did go down to Zest, and Trust did beat him. So we're in this situation right now. This is the world that we live in, guys.
Yeah.
And you see that Leenock is going for a very fast 3 hatchery build.
Yeah,
on
he
Daybreak.
went double hatchery before pool, so
Yeah,
definitely
very
getting
greedy.
that kind of macro play out there, which is kind of cool to see. No one really goes for cannon rushes or anything right now, so pretty safe overall, to be honest. And Trust's going to go directly into a Twilight. We'll have to see, will this be a Glaives opening, or will this be an Archon drop?
I mean, if he's the mini Zest, it'll be an Archon drop.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what Zest does every single PvZ. He will get a Dark Shrine, he'll send some DTs out for maybe a 3rd hatchery pressure or something like that, and then turn them into Archons, put them in
Then
a
he'll
prison.
warp in 4 Zealots as well.
Yeah.
To kind of buffer and put that
Yeah,
extra
that's
damage
actually
in.
really sick. Saw him do that on Overgrowth recently.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that he's really favoring. So 2 gates being added.
Okay, this is
So
a
this
little bit
is looking more like it's Glaives, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And here's the thing, this can be very good, and this is definitely a build. I was talking before about how in the Korean meta right now, we're not really seeing very many carries, and when we do, the player generally loses. But this is a build that could go into carriers.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And carry is, of course, a whole new beast in 3.8, or I guess 3.8.1, wherever we are right now.
Yeah,
Is
3.9 as of this morning on NA, I think.
okay. Yeah.
For Stukov or something, but guys, don't worry. Stukov is not tournament legal here, don't
Yeah. He's looking like a whole new race, that kid.
Yeah.
It's an interesting co-op commander. I'm sure we'll whip him out when we get home. But right now, we see that Leenock's actually going a lot more standard for ZvP here. The Ling Banes, the +1, all that sort of stuff that you expect to see from a Zerg in this matchup. I mean, he hasn't got the +1 yet, but I mean, it's all but expected. Why wouldn't you get it? Especially against something like this with all these adepts here.
Now, looking at this with the Robo on the way, because normally you don't get the Robo this early unless you want to do like a Prism and massive like 8-gate Adept all-in, 7 or 8-gate. That could be what we're going to see, or it could just be to help finish up the wall. I'm not 100% sure on what he's doing with this Robo. And the other thing you can do with it as well is just go into Immortal play and screw with them like that. Like, there are some really cool 2-base all-ins.
Yeah. Well, first unit out of that Robo is going to be a Warp Prism, obviously incredibly good at reinforcing your pressure and that sort of thing. An extremely fast unit, 7-range pickup. Why wouldn't you have it? I mean, this looks like Leenock is on the ball here for this attack. The Banelings are here, plenty of Lings here as well, crashing through and decimating these Adepts. How many drone kills do these Adepts get?
I don't think they got
I
that
don't
many
think
drones,
I
to
don't
be
think they got
honest.
maybe
Like
one?
possibly one, because we didn't see the drone thing pop up. This little caster trick right there.
The
I'm
caster
like,
trick, guys. Just
it's
some
1 or
tips at
0
home for you up and comers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that really didn't do anything. He finished the shade. Leenock came in at the last second with those Lings and Banes and just cleared it up easily, and that's going to happen again.
Wow, this is a very a hopeful attack, I would say, with these 3 Adepts, but funnily enough, they're getting a lot more done than the bigger ball of Adepts earlier on, so Leenock kind of not expecting this, even though the Banelings were there. There's that +1 that we kind of expected here from Leenock, with the Roach Warren on the way as well for Roach Ravager play, which is the next step of this plan. And the Adepts coming up into the natural to see what they can get done. I mean, even picking off a couple Banelings and transfer drones is really nice kind of play here.
This is a cool move as well, shading 3 Adepts over to the third base to harass, trying to draw units down so he can drop in the main, but the Queens are on top of him.
Tiny bit of miscontrol there on those Adepts means that the Lings did get a bit more damage on, but you only need 2 Adepts to one-shot a drone. So, and hitting in 2 places at once, look at that, 6 drone kills just off the bat here, and Trust keeps 3 of them alive with that War Prism.
And look at that, Maynard. It's a Spire on the way. This is why I really love Leenock. I feel like Zergs don't use mutas enough against Protoss. So this is actually a cool play. Like, Blink is on the way, so that's really good for Trust, but even playing with Blink against, like, Mutiling Bane can be very difficult. A lot of times you just get forced into a base trade at best.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, when I see a Spire go down for ZvP, I think that stuff's going to get real weird real quick, because you just kind of force those sort of base trade scenarios. And again, Trust hitting in 2 places at once with several Adepts. Well, evacuating drone lines, getting drone kills as well. 9-10 gunning up here for Trust.
What am I even seeing? I can't believe that all of the sudden he just kind of broke through. Just not enough units here. He never went into drones, and some good positioning on these Adepts has made this ridiculous. 14 drone kills.
The main is almost completely destroyed here. He's almost killed an entire mineral line of drones with these Adepts, and some of them are still alive. The Prism's still alive. They're shading into the natural. More denied mining time as the drones evacuate into the main, which is all but mined out here.
He's making 2 mutas, which can push everything back, but everything I said before about the mutas causing some sort of problem, that's not going to happen. Like, this is too much damage.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is, we're watching a Leenock death animation right now. He's finding it really hard to deal with this multi-pronged Prism play with the Adepts.
They are all over the place with their shades, continuing to go after drones here. 4 Queens trying to hunt it down. Luckily, with the 2 mutas, this will finally end. I mean, it's still going on a little bit, but he can kill the Prism off, and then eventually you're going to catch these. But
he is, you know, the Protoss is up. He's up about 12 workers right now, so obviously a pretty incredible position for the Protoss. Really, really against the ropes is Leenock. He's not completely dead yet, but I got to say, another 10, another 11 drone kills, excuse me, is going to make things from bad to worse for this kid.
Ooh, 38 drones against 54.
I mean, I'm a Terran player, and I kind of like seeing Zergs go down sometimes, but that hurts watching me, actually. That's I feel for him.
Well, I mean,
that's really...
more than you hate Zergs, you probably hate Adepts, right? So that makes sense.
Well, that is true.
Muta's out right now, but we do have double Stargate Phoenix and Blink and a Mothership Core, so these aren't going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a probe kill. That's more than 0, but yeah, I mean, it's a big investment for 1 probe kill, I got to say.
You have no proof about that drone, about that probe kill. I don't see any numbers coming up. All right.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah. This is looking really, really, really good for Trust right now, and if he does end up winning this, Maynard, we have Trust in this really tough group, up a game, only having to win 1 more to go into the next round, the round of 8. Yeah, that's like not something I really didn't expect Trust of all people to get out of this group.
The guy at home who predicted Trust to go through this group, please come at us at Twitter, and we'll, I don't know, we'll get you a subway.
We won't believe
you a subway voucher or something.
Well, yeah. Like, see guys, I knew it all along and Trust was better than... No, it's not.
GG.
All right, GG.
Like, I mean, like we said, guys, that was kind of a little bit anticlimactic of an end there, but it was a Leenock death animation. He lost something like 30-odd drones in that game.
It was a brutal one. It's like when Hellions kill a tree, you have to watch it burn down. Yeah, Trust, it's kind of weird. You don't expect to see